Daybreak-plus, our 30-minute streaming newscast on this National Weather Person's Day. Happy day, Patrick. Take a bow.
I didn't even know until this group of ladies that watches every 4:30 a.m. Newscast. I know, and they have this.
That's our practice show. We
right,
like to call it.
So they have this group. It's a little Patrick fan club.
Oh.
But they're only because of their shift work are only able to watch 4:30.
Oh.
So she sent me this beautiful poem.
Oh.
About, and it was ending on "This is for you" on National Weather Person's Day. I had no idea. I was reading it up on the roof when I mentioned to you, hey,
yeah.
I heard nothing from Pete and Melissa on this epic day of all days.
Well, we will make it up to you during the streaming newscast later on, where we have some of the most lovable Patrick moments that we've had on Daybreak, and we'll share those with you. You are a national treasure.
Those still live on the internet, I guess.
Everything lives on the internet. We warn our children of that every day.
Exactly. All right.
But forecast-wise, today's just kind of cold and
kind of cold and cloudy. It's tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow, we talked about that a lot in Daybreak today. That we're getting ready for what could be a tricky morning commute tomorrow. Not necessarily because of snow, but because of ice, sleet, freezing rain.
Kind of a combo. It's probably going to be snow here in Buffalo.
Okay.
That'll mix over to some sleet and freezing rain, but it's to the south where it'll be all sleet and freezing rain during the commute, so it could slow things down.
So we're warning you now. Give yourself extra time tomorrow morning. Okay.
Yep.
You talk about this.
I will talk about this.
Okay.
All right. So today we're fine, 26 and dry. Tonight, probably 2 or 3 in the morning, the precipitation enters the picture. It starts as snow. The reason? The air is cold enough for snow. But as the day goes on, there's going to be a wedge, or I should say as the morning goes on, a wedge of warm air that's going to sneak in, okay? And it's going to move from south to north. So when that warm air sneaks in, it begins to change the snow to sleet or freezing rain. How far north does that warm air get is the big question. If it doesn't make it to Buffalo, it stays all snow tomorrow. If it makes it to Buffalo, that area and points south will see a transition from snow to rain and freezing rain. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's tomorrow. Then once it moves out, everybody warms up, maybe a few rain showers at a high near 40 degrees. So let's break this down. Again, clouds today with some peaks of sun. There we go. Tonight, we begin with the snow. Tomorrow morning, snow, but beginning to mix over to some sleet and freezing rain. And then tomorrow afternoon, it's warm enough that if there's any precipitation left over, it'll be in the form of some light rain showers and then some wind, it looks like, tomorrow night and into Friday. So nothing going on right now, just some light snow flurries over parts of Genesee and Orleans counties, it looks like. So that's about it. Otherwise, pretty quiet. The system that we're watching for tomorrow is beginning to organize here, and it will be here again late tonight. So here's future look. For today, again, quiet, light winds. Then for tonight, watch how after about 2 or 3 in the morning, the leading edge of the precipitation is snow, and then it makes it to Buffalo for the commute as snow, but to the south where that warmer air is coming in, we're getting that pink, which means sleet or freezing rain, okay? And then as we go through the day, there's a chance that most of the precipitation north of the thruway stays snow. But these warmer air masses have an easier time getting northbound than what the model is showing. So I think we're going to see a freezing rain and sleet mixture here in Buffalo as well. And then notice it's warm enough for rain showers later in the afternoon. Then on Thursday night, late early Friday morning, a little batch of snow moves through with a cold front. And then that will lead to a breezy, cooler day for Friday as high temperatures fall back into the 20s. In terms of ice totals, look, it's not going to be much, but you can see areas in pink have the best chance of getting about 1/10 of an inch of ice accumulation. So for today, colder, mostly cloudy, light winds, 26. For tonight, lows in the 20s, cloudy with some late snow. Long range forecast looks like this. Friday, dry. Later Saturday, the snow begins. Now, this next system on Saturday could have some warm air with it as well. And that would mix over the snow to possibly a little sleet Saturday night, ending as some snow Sunday morning, and then quiet weather Monday. A system that could be close on Tuesday. We're watching it. A weather impact alert for tomorrow for the south towns in the southern tier, because here there's a better opportunity of ice, and that could make for some slippery roads. And then as we head into later Saturday into Sunday, we bring in the additional snow, it looks like, for the week, parts of the weekend. Saturday night particularly is when a lot of the snow will fall.
Are we ever going to see spring, Patrick? I mean, I know it's only February 5th.
Yeah, I mean, this is the time.
It.
It's funny. I got a text, that very same question from my wife. When can I wear expletive shorts around here?
Or sundress season.
Right, and I said it could be as early as March.
Yes.
But I think we're going to have a little bit of a delayed spring. I think, we don't really get into that weather really until May.
What was that St. Patrick's Day? What year was it? The parade that we were wearing shorts.
Oh. The warm one?
Yes.
Yeah, 2012.
Oh my gosh. That was
in
amazing.
In the 70s, yeah.
Yeah.
But the most volatile months in terms of cold versus warm are March and April, because you can get warm days, but you also still can get cold days. February, it's rare to get shorts weather.
Sure.
Could happen, but
not this February.
Not this February, right.
Okay. So you talked about ice potentially for tomorrow. Let's talk about what happened on the ice yesterday with the Sabres. A lot of reaction league-wide after the Sabres started off their game last night trying to send a message. Take a look.
Get ready, Danches. Get ready here. You're going to get cold in. Get ready. Here we go. Here we go. Starting lineup is out, and they're dropping the gloves right off the bat. Gilbert. And Sabres and Matthew Olivier. And you had a sense when you looked at the starting lineup tonight. Olivier with some right hands, short jabs. Just shy of center ice. Olivier coming over top.
This is, I think I'm going to stay out of this, because I've heard opinions both. I don't know what to make of it.
Okay.
I don't have as much knowledge about hockey and tradition and things like that.
All right, we're going to hear some opinions. That's why we're kind of delving into this a little bit.
Got it.
By the way, the Sabres did end up extending their winning streak to 4 games.
Right.
First time in 2 years. It's been since January of 2023 that they've had a 4-game win streak. So that's nice, but they're still last place in the Eastern Conference right now and 11 points out of a playoff spot.
Right.
So they're not going to make the playoffs this year.
They have to go like 22-9-1 or some crazy run to get there.
But that whole thing, that was the opening face-off, and they had Dennis Gilbert, who's a local kid. He went to St. Joe's against Matthew Olivier, who is the biggest fighter in the NHL, and it was a staged fight because since Sunday, the Sabres have gotten horrible national attention because no one defended Tage Thompson after that really nasty hit.
So when you say it's staged, did they say, hey, we're going to fight
Because the Columbus Blue Jackets put Olivier, the big fighter, in the opening lineup. And so they were setting it up. And so I don't know what the inner workings was. We need to talk to, what's his name, Paul Hamilton. And find out about exactly how this all went down and why it went down. But the Sabres didn't have a skate on Monday because they were getting reamed out by Lindy Ruff and possibly Kevin Adams about not defending Tage Thompson after the big hit. And so then they had their skate on Tuesday. And the Sabres just wanted to show that they can defend their guys and that they are tough. But it took a lot to get to that point. And it's like, well, so they're going to fight the Blue Jackets right off the bat and not defend Tage for the last 15 minutes of the game? Lots of people had opinions about it. But this was before the fight, though. Here's what former Sabres Matthew Barnaby, who is a fighter himself, what he had to say about the hit on Thompson and the lack of response from the Sabres.
Hi, guys. Just following up to my Twitter post the other day about Tage Thompson hit and none of the guys coming in to help. I mean, it's embarrassing. Those 4 guys should be absolutely embarrassed. Stand up for your teammate. Go take a punch. Yeah, what happens? He breaks your nose? He get a black eye? Oh, my God. Stand up for your teammates. Lindy Ruff after the game saying, we wanted the 2 points and guys on the bench wanted to do something about it. No one wanted to do anything about it. It's bullshit. And I know Lindy probably went home and it ate him up, standing up for his team at a time where he probably didn't want to. It was probably like a lot of us when Dom Hasek choked Jim Kelly, the late Jim Kelly, reporter, not football player. And we were forced to stand there and not say anything. It probably ate Lindy up. Probably ate the captains up when they got in the room. Still, do something about it. Your best player just got cheap shotted. I don't even care if it was clean. Go and stand up for him. And general manager probably walked in and they had a conversation, and then they come out and say, this will never, ever happen again. Hey, it already happened. It happened to Ryan Miller. No one did anything to Milan Lucic. And this happens. You didn't have to fight Tony Twist or Milan Lucic or Bob Probert. Come on. Stand up for your teammate. And this is just after maybe the biggest protector and the guy that stood up for his teammates more than anything just got inducted into the Sabres Hall of Fame in Rob Ray. And the reoccurring thing I heard from Rob that whole time, whether it was me or Brad or a lot of different guys that we had my back. I had his back. We had each other's back. That's why those teams were successful. Yeah, we had a great goalie, but man, we stood up for each other. And this isn't anything for us. This is disgusting. This is where the Sabres have fallen. You're not making the playoffs. Even the score. Stand up for your teammate. That's just as important right now as the 2 points, if not more important. All right, there's my rant.
Wow.
So they stood up, but it was just, is it too little too late to show that they're tough guys and they've got each other's back? I don't know.
The staged part of it, to me, as an outsider in the whole hockey world, it just seems like a very weird look.
Icky.
But then again, my opinion, I don't think is relevant here because I just don't know enough about the sport to really say, have an opinion like
you and I will both leave here and go read all the pundits and hear what they have to say.
I don't want to just regurgitate what they say as if it's my own opinion. I'm trying to learn how this whole thing works out.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the Sabre situation. They play again on Saturday night now. So their homestand is over, but the last 9 games at home, they've won 7 of them. So
pretty good.
Hey, not too bad.
Pretty good.
Okay. Let's talk about the Bills now. Micah Hyde. Goodbyes are never easy, and the Bills Mafia is dealing with this tough one. Now the Bills safety Micah Hyde made it official and announced his retirement. And the Bills put together this really nice video to honor him and his 8 seasons that he spent with the team, and they posted this video on X. Here's part of that video.
I've always said that once I had the opportunity to get into free agency, if it would come, that I would want to be respected and, put the numbers aside. I felt that coming into it, and it's a blessing to be here. I'm here to help the football team, and I want to win. And I know that's the culture that's being built around here, and definitely looking forward to it.
It's going to work, baby. It's going to take it. All right.
Eric Carr cocks his arm, fires down the middle. Intercepted by Micah Hyde at the 40-yard line, and he goes down at the 35.
We have to win to get into the playoffs, and I guess that's all we're really worried about.
Buffalo wins it 22-16 over the Miami Dolphins, and we wait the results from Baltimore.
Give Buffalo the chance to be in the playoffs, man, because it's been a long, long time. That's all I've been hearing since I've been in Buffalo. It's my birthday. I'm 27. It's New Year's. Man, it can't go. I can't even talk. I don't even know what to say.
Oh, chills. Even though Hyde has retired, his charity softball game is in the works again this year for Salem Field. It's coming up in May. The Bills' defensive players will try to look to come back after falling to the offense last year. Tickets for Micah Hyde's charity softball game are on sale right now. Prices start at $40, go up to about $200. All the proceeds, though, go to the Imagine for Youth Foundation, and you can learn more about how to get tickets when you click on our website, WGRZ.com. That is one of the most fun events of the summer, watching that charity softball game and seeing the players just have a lot of fun.
That's the first time many of us saw Matt Collins. It's like, who's the guy with the Metallica haircut?
Yeah.
I mean, just
no
the big mane and no shoes. And what a treasure he's become for the Bills. But nobody had really seen him before, at least in Buffalo.
So you wonder if this year we'll be introduced to new players at the Micah Hyde's charity softball tournament. But Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer, I mean, what a pair that those two were. And Micah was such a force in the locker room and on the field. So he certainly will be missed. It's just so sad he couldn't get a Super Bowl.
I know,
right
and
here.
he came back, and,
Yeah.
you know, just it sounds like he was more of a coach and mentor.
Yeah. But you and I both had the biggest smiles on our face when we saw them cheering when finally breaking the playoff drought, and just when they were watching the Bengals game to see that they actually made it into the playoffs.
Oh my gosh, that was a magical moment in that locker room, and for all of us watching. Yeah. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. So they didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but there are lots of Super Bowl predictions happening right now. Here's one that we want to share with you. A tiger at an Iowa zoo chose, well, originally it looked like he was choosing the Eagles to win, but then he switched gears and picked up the Chiefs box and says that the Chiefs will be winning the Super Bowl. Yeah, he actually has 80% accuracy, or the zoo does, with picking the winner. They said that they put treats in the boxes. I'm thinking that they put like really good treats in the Chiefs box, and then like
one was like keto bread or a filet mignon. What are they gonna, you know?
Or the Chiefs refs had something to do with that pick. And as we look ahead to the big game, we want to know who you were cheering for. Are you actually cheering for anybody? Are you rooting for the Chiefs or the Eagles or neither team, because go Bills, obviously? Or are you boycotting and not watching at all? Let us know by voting in our Channel 2 poll, and you can text your answer to 716-849-2220. I'm
going to watch. I mean, yeah.
On our schedule, though, we have to wake up at 2 in the morning, so I don't even know if I'm going to stay up and watch the entire game.
I want to see Barkley. I mean, I want to see good football, and you know, let's move on. I mean, we can protest the game, but come on, you're going to turn in and watch it.
Well, and Kendrick Lamar, I'm curious to see whether he's going to do his diss song.
So what's the deal with that? He wrote a song.
Okay, he and Drake have had a really long-standing feud.
Okay.
Very public. It's gone to courts. I mean, it's very involved now. But Kendrick Lamar won Grammy for Song of the Year and Album of the Year for this song in particular, and it's like his most famous song, and it's all to diss Drake. But it's
happened?
Well, there. No, this is involving pedophilia. I mean, it's serious stuff. And so, will the NFL allow him to sing his most famous song when there are references to doing inappropriate things to minors? So we shall see. So that's got a lot of people who will be tuning in specifically just to see whether that song is going to be played.
Yeah, that's. I had no idea.
Oh yeah, it's really it's very, very deep stuff. So that's Kendrick Lamar. That's your little backstory to the Super Bowl this year, the halftime show, and I'm wondering whether he'll bring out guests too. And ads. And you said there was a chicken wing ad? Yeah,
with Matt Damon and Beckham, David Beckham.
Oh, David Beckham.
And it's just, Matt Damon pretends to be Beckham's brother, and they're talking about wings. It's so clever. It's very funny. So look for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We talked about it earlier at the top of the show. It is National Weather Person's Day. It actually was not formed to commemorate you. It was commemorates the birth of John Jeffries in 1744.
That was 10 pounds ago.
Okay, Jeffries is America's first weather observers. What are you doing?
I don't know.
And so we have to celebrate our favorite chief meteorologist and some of his most memorable moments. There are so many of them. Like this time. You are wearing two totally different shoes.
I cannot believe this.
Oh no, Amy had to walk in to see. One you had to tie and one is a slip-on loafer. Come on.
I can't believe this happened. This is what happens when we dress in the dark.
No, that is not what happens when we dress in the dark. That's a penny loafer.
This is a tie-on dress shoe. That meant effort went into tying this one on.
But not that one. That is not a dark thing. That's a Patrick thing.
And you just noticed now?
I just noticed now. All right. Back to the Thunder bumpers.
Hopefully the rest of the morning doesn't go as poorly as you're dressing.
Do I have pants on? All right. That legit happened. I was getting dressed and
I have to pick my jaw up off the ground.
But the thing, putting on 2 different shoes, I mean, that can happen. But the
I've
fact that I had
slip-ons once, like black and brown, but they were slip-ons.
Right,
You
but
had to
one
tie
I
one.
tied. Why? It didn't register that I only tied 1 shoe. It was just one of those moments where
So
it just
lovably, Patrick.
things like that happen. You know, looking for your sunglasses and they're on the top of your head.
Sure.
You know, things that just kind
You
of.
put on wrong shoes, but you're really good at forecasting the weather. Thank goodness. You're good at.
Oh, there have been some misses there too.
Right. This, though, it will go down online as being one of your all-time funniest moments. Take a look.
Out there now that hopefully we can get. Oh, what is that?
It's all Mother Nature.
That is. Well, no, that's a spider and that's dinner. Oh, we gotta watch this. Here he goes. Oh no. Here he goes.
Look away. Look away.
There you go, food chain. You're at the top of it.
Wow. Who's he coming after next? The guy in khakis?
I'm pretty sure that was exclusive.
He's coming back. Get out of here. Wow.
We just watched this for a little while longer. It's like National Geographic.
Yeah, spider
Well,
the
we
fly.
were talking pancakes and panos and all that, and the spider was like, you know, I have a little mosquito on my mind.
We have to name him. I bet he'll be here frequently.
I think we can name him Full after eating that. Wow. Okay.
I love that you said, here's a spider and here's dinner. And then we actually watched a movie.
That spider and bug could have been there for like days.
Right.
Because the spider, but then on cue, and the camera's not here. The camera's like 4 blocks away, and we pointed to it, and the spider actually moved on command.
Gosh.
Anyway, yeah, that kind of went crazy, and in fact, it was on a online news magazine in England, the UK Mirror.
Wow.
It made it to that.
That's funny.
I know.
We've had so many great moments. It's been a joy working with you all of
This
these
isn't a
years.
goodbye. This sounds like
or an obituary.
right. Well, you're going to be missed,
eulogy.
Patrick. Right.
No, it's just, well, I mean, I sewed your button on air.
That was
funny.
the first day on Daybreak when my button popped off on my jacket, and
I just happened to have needle and thread.
You did a little tailoring.
Yeah. Remember
All right,
the day you had your green suit?
My what?
For Halloween.
Oh, the bodysuit.
The stuff that you don't see behind the scenes.
By the way,
Patrick and I go way, way back.
That bodysuit revealed a bit too much, if you recall.
Envision like the Gumby green body suit, and Patrick was wearing it for a Halloween costume.
Yeah, it was. Let's just say.
Not good for TV.
No. In fact, we went right to commercial break when nothing was hidden. All right, moving on. For today, we're going to see lots of clouds, potentially a little sunbreak too, but it's going to be a quiet day. Tonight, snow develops initially late tonight, and then it will mix over to some freezing rain and sleet during the day. Tomorrow, in fact, we have a winter weather advisory issued for, I should probably show you that, where exactly it is, because the reason that it's been issued is just the potential for really slippery travel across parts of western New York. And it looks like the greatest potential for that will be from southern Erie County, here we go, into northern Pennsylvania. Okay, this is where there's the best chance of ice accumulation. This goes into effect early tomorrow morning through 1 o'clock Thursday. It does not include Buffalo because we believe that there will be enough cold air that we'll see more snow than anything else. But still, a snow to sleet changeover is possible just about anywhere. But I think it's down to the south where we have the best chance of seeing that sleet and even some freezing rain. We'll show you a future look again. Notice today it's quiet. So is tonight until about 2, 3 in the morning. That leading edge of snow arrives, and then you begin to see the pink. That's where ice is involved here. Freezing rain or sleet. That's dependent upon the depth of the cold air in place, which is below the warmer air on top. All right, long range forecast. There's that chance of snow also later Saturday into early Sunday, with maybe some sleet mixed in as well. And then for the south towns in the southern tier, we do have a weather impact alert issued for this area for tomorrow, just because this is where the best potential of some slippery roads will occur.
And is it just the morning? I kind of was
Yeah,
half
morning,
listening to you.
afternoon.
I'm sorry.
What's that?
I was half listening.
Yeah, this is part of the
Typical.
course. The afternoon looks better,
Okay.
And in fact, it'll warm up, so if anything's falling from the sky, it'll be in the form of light rain. But yeah, the issues are morning commute only.
How about all the iciness lately, though? Oh my goodness.
Oh, just
because
not-
it's
yeah.
like everything's been thawing out, and then it gets cold again, and it freezes back up. The parking lots everywhere are just
even our
treacherous.
own. And we have a great crew to take care of it, but
Oh, yeah.
sometimes there's been cars parked in areas that haven't had a chance
Yeah.
to get, scraped off. And yeah, it's very chunky. And some of the ice also is clear, so you
Right.
don't always see it, and you got to be very careful.
Right. Wegman says that sign, walk like a penguin. You really need to.
100%.
Yeah.
Or like exactly. I mean, give yourself as much surface area,
Yeah.
instead of tipping over.
Yeah. Okay. One other thing we want to talk about. Kevin O'Neill was out live this morning on Daybreak. He's also a wonderful weather person.
He is.
Love him.
And Dan Russell and Jen Stenonis,
Yeah.
the whole crew, and Kevin.
So happy National Weather Person's Day to all of them. But Kevin also does lots of features around Western New York and tells us about good things happening in our community. And he told us this morning about an annual fundraiser that is back this year. It's a 5K. You need to be brave to run in it, though. And Kevin was brave this morning with his wardrobe for Daybreak also. He was at Ironworks. Take a look.
I'm wearing underwear in a Buffalo bar. It's Buffalo Ironworks. That's where the party is going to be this weekend. And there will be people in different stages of dress or undress. Heidi, nice to see you. How are you?
I'm doing
Let's talk about Carter first of all.
Yes.
So,
My son Carter is 12 and was born with a genetic condition called neurofibromatosis, or NF for short.
and 1 in 2,000 kids,
Yes,
births have it.
Yes, it impacts 1 in 2,000 births worldwide.
So for him, what is his experience?
Carter was born with tumors on his optic nerves and underwent chemotherapy for 18 months just to hopefully stabilize them. He is legally blind. NF can also cause learning disabilities, autism, bone deformities, and cancer, which he does have some of those symptoms.
It's still kind of an event that's growing in markets across the country too. The Cupid's Undie Run, a Valentine's Day themed event, and Buffalo's had a lot of fun with it too, and it's still growing.
Yes, absolutely. It is in 34 cities this year, and it's been around since 2010, and in Buffalo since 2017.
It looks like it's a lot of fun, and that's a huge part of it. The people want to come back and be part of it.
It is. So obviously we're doing this for a purpose. We are raising vital funding that is necessary to help find treatments for NF and hopefully one day a cure. But like we said, it's a party with a purpose.
So what's it going to be like Saturday? Where do people need to be when?
So we are going to be at Ironworks on Saturday. Our event is from 12 to 4, and you can either register online at cupids.org or search social media for Cupid's Undie Run Buffalo. And we look forward to, again, being in the city and raising awareness.
We're going to party ahead of time. We're going to run a mile-ish if you want, and then come back and party more.
Yes.
And the run is optional, and pants are optional. If you want to be fully dressed or dress in other Valentine's Day themed stuff, it's a go. Or dress like Cupid. What's the people can get more information where?
It is cupids.org. Again, on social media, they can search for Cupid's Undie Run Buffalo.
Excellent. All right, on your side, in my undies in Buffalo, I'm Kevin O'Neill, Channel 2 News.
Another national treasure, Kevin O'Neill.
100%. And his SpongeBob tighties.
Did he always have the SpongeBob underpants? Did he go and get them specifically knowing he was going to be on air in his underpants? I've got so many questions.
Well, he's got 2 kids, one older, one younger, and that SpongeBob was certainly a part of his life.
Right.
At some point, maybe twice.
You loved it because there's a Patrick character.
There's a Patrick, and it was on over and over.
Really?
For, like
Francesca
4
and William
years.
loved watching it.
It was in their wheelhouse for like that, 8 until 12 run. And, oh my gosh, yes, I think
I've never seen one episode.
Oh
of
my gosh, they're very clever. They're very funny for adults too.
That's what I like.
Right.
Some kids' cartoons, like the parents pick up on things that the kids don't
little
necessarily.
innuendos, little subtle things.
Yeah.
And then also some very relevant references to musicians and other things. It's like there's a what's his name? There's a character that's named after Kenny G and also Squidly Dan or something like that. So yeah, there's a lot of references. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, so that's the, well, those were his underpants. But Undie Run, by the way, again, Saturday, drinking, dancing, a mile run, epic dance party. Sounds like fun. Sounds like a Saturday. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.